Storms that you belong in, and storms that you should not go in. The kinds of storms. Don't go into the storm unless you belong in the storm. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. You know, so often we've heard the term, they invited trouble. Don't invite trouble. Well, it's the same way when you see a storm brewing. Go in the opposite direction. Don't go into the storm unless you know that there is a purpose and a reason for you being there. Now, often a storm comes in the form of relationships. It could be someone else's situation, and we feel the need to get involved in it. Now, not all situations should we become involved in, and not all people's lives should we become involved in their situations. But when we feel compelled that we have a solution and that we can make that situation better, often that is actually when we should possibly consider going into the storm, when we know that we're safe to do so and when we know that we can solve the issue, if we should solve the issue. Remember, it's not always about solving the issue, that it's our responsibility. We have to know when it's right for us to intervene and when it's not right for us to intervene. There are situations that we have no business in, and then there are other situations that we should step into because we have the solution or answer. My camera is crooked here, and long story short, yesterday I dropped my tripod, and so I'm kind of still trying to work with it. My son went out and bought 2 other tripods and they didn't work, so I'm working with my old broken tripod. So if the camera's a little off, you understand, please. So if you go into someone else's storm, you may get involved in that problem, and it may have fallout that can come upon you. So you have to be prepared for that, to protect yourself as you go into someone else's situation, someone else's problem. There are enough storms that can come to us without us having caused those storms. And then there are storms that we create through wrong decisions and choices and behaviors. And those kind of storms we created. They were unnecessary, but we created them. But the kind of storms that come to us, and we've done everything right, I believe that often that storm is to push us forward in life. And not always, but often. And so we have to remember, as long as we are doing the right things in life and we are within our divine purpose, then I believe that storms are usually there to push us forward. And so, or we are assigned to a storm to help someone else, but not all storms are we assigned to. And if we get involved inside of a storm that we are not assigned to, then often we can end up creating more problems than there were, or we can end up creating problems for ourselves. So we have to be qualified to go into that storm, so to speak, if we're going to go into the storm. And it has to be right for us to go into the storm. Just because we're qualified, just because we have the answers, doesn't necessarily mean that we go into that storm. And so storms can come in many shapes and sizes and for many different reasons. And a storm can last a long time, a short time, and an intermediate time. We never know. But the thing about it is, I don't invite storms, but if I see that I'm assigned to a specific storm, then perhaps I'll consider going in there fully prepared. And if I'm not assigned to it, I try to go the other way and get an umbrella. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.